Honestly, as somebody that can be considered an activist on TikTok, I really wish people would stop listening to TikTok activists, or at least TikTok creators who are wannabe organizers, right? But I'm getting ahead of myself. What is going on TikTok? What is this general strike? What is happening on September 1st? Buckle in. We'll cover it all because it is a doozy. It's quite a story. Trust me. So every couple of months, there arises a new TikTok trend that people get sort of fed up with the culture of America, as people do, obviously, and they respond by going nuclear, right? They go on TikTok and they're like, I'm so done with America. I'm so fed up with the economy. I'm so fed up with how we're treated by, rich people and corporations. We need to do something about this, right? And this is a sentiment that I agree with, right? I am totally for people on TikTok gaining this class consciousness and understanding that the system that we live under doesn't work to their own benefit. I am for that. That's good for me. The problem therein lies with the response to this being, let's strike. Now, that's not a problem in and of itself, right? Big proponent of strikes. If you know the work that I do, you know that I'm a big strike person. You know what I mean? Labor action, love it. But the problem is when they advocate for a general strike in the way that they advocate for it. So what does a general strike mean in this context? Well, a general strike in this context means that people just stop going to work. Nobody works. So it's not just a strike for a specific industry. So if actors are striking, which they currently are, then that specific actors guild would go on strike. They would stop working. They would cease doing any work on the behalf of the studios. They won't produce. They won't act. They won't promote. Same way with the writers. The writers guild is going on strike. Then the writers would stop writing new content for studios until the studios acquiesce to any sort of demands that the writers guild or the actors guild or the auto workers or whatever union that is striking asks for. That's the purpose of a strike. What a general strike says is that it's not beholden to a specific union or a specific industry. It's that all across America, all workers, in theory, stop working until a certain number of goals are met by the ruling class, right? In theory, not a bad idea. If there's adequate organization there, adequate safety nets for people who, need food, medicine, whatever, sure, right? This theoretical general strike could work. The problem with it being is that on TikTok, nothing's ever organized. So if people on TikTok are advocating for a general strike, it's never going to operate in the way that it should operate. And that is exactly what we see with this September 1st strike. So how did this strike come to be, right? This had to have started from somewhere. Some creator, some organization, something had to have sparked this idea for a general strike. And this is fundamentally true. In the research that I've done, this was started by Alexis Saunders. So this is the person who was kind of the guiding force behind the entire strike itself. This is QueenPettyLex. And this video, which now currently sits at 2.7 million likes, is the video that is the first video that she made about the strike.
Come here, TikTok. Come here, PettyLex. Listen, United States government, move the hell away. Y'all really out here trying our patience. Yeah, I want the independent, the Republican Party, and the Democratic Party. Scoot your ass to the front. I got your ass by the neck right now. Do you understand me? Because I want y'all to know that we ain't playing no games. Since y'all don't want to fix this shit, and you keep seeing all of my damn TikToks going viral. So I know y'all sees my shit. This thing is getting heavy. Let me put y'all down real quick and get up in y'all face. Now listen to me, let me tell you something. Okay, I know y'all see all of my TikToks. Getting all types of all these views and likes and shares and all. I know y'all see me going viral. So y'all know we talking to y'all. Y'all see the people in the comment section in agreement, all these duets like...
This isn't really about the strike itself. We're getting there. Just trust, settle in. It's going to be a little bit of a long one. We're getting there. I promise.
The comments and share, and y'all still ain't gonna do shit about this motherfucking economy. I tell you what then. We fixing to go on strike starting September 1st. Ain't nobody fixing to go to damn work. Don't nobody show up to damn work. They can't find everybody. Stop paying these damn bills. We can't afford to pay the motherfuckers anyway, so why the fuck is we paying them? I bet you that'll start getting y'all's attention. The people need to wake up and see that we got the power in our hands. We'll shut this shit down. And like Cat Williams said, I got 12 candles, and we've been waiting to burn these bitches. That's right, we going on motherfucking strike. Keep on playing with us in our damn money, playing up in our face, making it seem like we can't afford shit. Grown-ass people out here making this little bitty amount of ass money, and y'all think that we gonna keep on falling for that shit. Y'all better fix this shit, or y'all gonna have one hell of a shit show on y'all's hands. Ain't nobody going to work. The fuck we going to work just to pay for gas money to get to fucking work, just for y'all to pay for y'all products, goods, and services, and to enslave us while we make nothing. Just keep showing up on the fucking slave ship like we fucking slaves. Fix this shit. Fix it. Or we gonna join Hollywood and we going on a motherfucking strike until 2024. Till Papa.
I think it's very easy to dismiss this video as just like, it's just a TikToker yelling, da da da. But I do think that there is elements of truth in this video. She's not necessarily wrong in anything that she's asserted on how society functions. However, what I disagree with is just how this strike is done. You can't just say on, this is 5 days ago, 15 days before the strike date that nobody's going to work. We're going to shut down society. Nobody's going to work. And then that's just that. You can't just say that because that's never how strikes function. Strikes don't function in a way that's like, you got 10 days to acquiesce to our demands or else we're not working anymore per se. The way that strikes function, the way that strikes are so effective is because it is a legally protected right for you to organize, to join a union, and for a union to advocate for a work stoppage on behalf of the workers if a contract is not met. I think where a lot of people get hung up is that they just don't understand how these processes work when it comes to things like unions. And they think that, oh, well, unions just stop working until they get what they want. So we can just stop working until we get what we want, right? How are people going to feed themselves, right? How are people going to take care of themselves? What about old Mima who lives on the third floor of their apartment who can't come down the stairs anymore, who gets all of her food delivered? You know what I mean? How do these people take care of themselves in a situation where you have no infrastructure to take care of them, right? You can't just say everybody around the world is going to strike and nobody's going to work and everything's going to be exactly the same as it was before, because that's just not how in practice it would work. There needs to be some level of organization to something like this, right? So if you have this idea, right? If you have this, I'm fed up, I want to change something, don't get on TikTok and be like, we're striking September 1st because that's just what I decided because I think that's a cool date. That's not how organization works, right? And I think too often on TikTok, we get into this idea that like, oh, TikTok is great for organizing. This is why they want to ban TikTok because we have collective power together. And everybody's like, yeah, let's strike. The rich elites will starve without we the people. Like, yeah, sure, maybe. So will the people. You're not involved in your community. You don't have a actual like farming infrastructure to grow your own food. So how do you expect to function if you don't have any infrastructure to protect the people who are the most vulnerable? And this is an understandable sentiment. I understand why people feel this way. I feel this way too. But when you do something like this, you have to make sure that you are, properly laying out protections for people. You're telling, 2 million people to stop, not work, but they don't have any protections. You need to have some level of organization when it comes to instating a general strike. Right? But it goes further than this because she has a lot of videos on this subject.
Don't mind my hair, y'all. I'm working on it right now. But everybody in the world ought to be just as mad as I is. And no, I can't walk in nobody's job and just not go to work on September 1st. But damn it, I'm standing with the people that are housewives like myself. And we ain't buying shit. I'm not buying.
Like this idea of like, we're not buying anything, you know what I mean? And she said in other videos like, buy local, like don't buy from these big box retail stores, buy local. But like, you're still going to be participating in the economy, you feel me? You let me just log into the internet using my local ISP and look for, indie sellers of food, right? Like, yeah, let me just buy straight from farmers because they'll sell to you having no money because you're not working instead of, the companies who still have money and will still buy from them. They know that you don't have any power and you aren't gathering any power from doing this. You're not organizing it. You don't have any collective power by having a strike instituted in this specific way.
And Nathan, when it comes to September 1st, I'm not playing no damn games because I'm tired. We got to do something. We got to do something, because I'm sorry. At this point, I'm starting to feel like our votes don't even matter. They might steal that shit too. But like you said, that the problem is a lot of people...
That is what we call foreshadowing, folks. That is what we call foreshadowing. We'll get back to that in a second.
People ain't fixing to do it because a lot of people is scary. When you know I got bills to pay, because this thing can't be no one-day thing. Hollywood on strike forever. And people, we're going to have to suffer a little bit. It's okay, though. We're going to have to go back to bartering. Excuse me, ma'am, you got some eggs? That's all right, because I got me a little loaf of bread. You need some? What's good? You trying to do business?
So this is funny, right? It says go back to barter. And the reason why this is funny is because you operate under the assumption of like, this is going to be a 2-week thing, right? She says it's not going to be like a 1-day thing, right? But like, you think bread don't get moldy from 2 weeks? You think eggs going to last you? The milk going to last you past 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Because the answer is no. What are you going to do when nobody has any food and none of y'all going to go shopping? There's no organization. There's no forethought here. There's no infrastructure existing to make this work, right? Now, if you were like, yeah, we're in talk with food banks with our communities to make sure that we're fed for this certain amount of things, and this is what I say. This is what I'll say, right? Is that a strike of this magnitude? That's why I'm not even like against general strikes in in theory or even in practice, because if this was community-driven strike, yeah, maybe this would be a different thing, right? If you were working together with your local area, you talk to people in your building saying, hey, we're going to do a rent strike. We're not paying any of our rent for this realtor, right? That would be more effective. If you talk to people in your local community and you're like, oh yeah, we've all collectively decided to only shop from, these specific mom and pop shop stores and no more Walmart or whatever, yeah, that would be a more effective thing than trying to rely on everybody to just boycott every aspect of life that is convenient for them. Because in reality, it's not going to happen. Fundamentally, that's not something that will occur. It just won't.
What we need to do, we need to get away from this race shit. Oh, well, you know what? I can't vote for nobody because they racist. Damn all that. Did they sell their products and goods and service to you? Okay, that means they love you. We weren't born to like, we was born to love. As long as they still serve to you, even if they don't like your damn skin, that's love. That's the problem.
Oh, this is what we call foreshadowing part 2. You notice this very common trend, right? Those of you who are kind of politically aware can kind of ascertain what she's saying here, right? I won't get into it yet because I will talk about it a little bit later, but must I say that, man, my hands are freaking large. Must I say that this is very funny, very funny.
Problem with the world, everybody's still stuck on the old shit and we can't move forward to some new shit. Meaning we need to shut this shit down. That's the new shit that I'm talking about. We need to stop all of this fighting and stop always focused on them celebrities and stuff. Why y'all think they push them celebrities in our face? So we won't come together and do what the fuck we need to do. We need to stop buying all of their music too. Period. And let me tell you something. The main motherfuckers that keep sitting up there talking about something, they don't support Trump. Support them.
What are we even doing? What is going on here? What is going on here? What is going on here? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? How did this become a Trump video? How did this become pro-Trump? I'm so very confused. Trump's not selling anything. Like, what are we talking about?
But they can't tell their main base that because then they won't make that schmonty. They don't give a damn about you for real, for real. They all sit at the table and eat steak and potatoes together. But
Is Trump not part of the elite? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I am flabbergasted. Is Trump not a celebrity? He was an actor first. Is he not a celebrity? What do you mean that the they, whoever the they is, I'm not sure now. What do you mean that they are pushing out celebrities to make sure you don't think about this? And then you say, support Trump. Like Trump is not like literally everything you're talking about. He's quite literally a rich celebrity who had political power and did nothing to help the working class with it. So I'm kind of confused on why you think that Trump would be any different. Now I don't trust a single thing this person says.
You won't know that because they got you too busy arguing over Tory Lane shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. Or who the hell want to put tuck friendly on their clothing. That's what they got us doing over here, fighting back and forth while they just controlling everything, making all the money while we sit over here poor as fuck.
Like who's they? Who's they, right? They hits different when you know their political opinions. I'm sorry. They hits different when you know their political opinions. Who do you believe they is? I need the answer to that, please. Before I say anything else in support of you, I need to know who you think they is. Please. Get back to me 5 to 10 business days. I would be happy to know that. Thank you.
Working on their jobs forever and they ain't got shit to show for it. People going to school and paying $60,000 for degrees and ain't got shit to show for it. People got to dip up into their savings because they thought that it was going to be able to save some shit for when they get over or when they get old and they ain't even got that shit to show for it. Well, everybody should be motherfucking mad when they wake up and see that these people been playing up in our face like this. I'm tired of these people playing with us. So like I said, back to barter system. Yes, I understand there's going to be some people in the nursing home and at hospitals and all that need people to show up to work. That's what the strike is for. The people that's taking off is at home. If you got family members in the hospitals, being that you took off for the strike, go be with your family.
Bro, I'm sorry, anarchist. This is not the best representation for you. This is not good representation for my anarchist folks out there, bro. Like, she says, this is what she says. She says, look, I understand there are people in the nursing home and people who are in hospitals who may die because of the strike, but that's what the strike's for, right? Now you have free time to go be with your family during the last hours. You get to be with them when they die because everybody's not working anymore. Should we create infrastructure so that this doesn't happen? Should we work toward a more community-driven solution to make sure we take care of people? Should we make sure that, maybe that like people should still be able to access medical care? No, just be with your dying family members. Like, this is not a plan. This is not an organization. This is just anger, which is understandable, but this is not a thing. Socialists should not be pushing this.
That's what that time is for. That time is off for you to go and relieve those people from those jobs and be with your family.
She says, well, now you're on strike, so stop being a Walmart employee, go to the hospital where Grandpappy's laying in for his last hours and tell the nurse, I'm here to relieve you of your duty. No worries. We're striking. He's like, yeah, I know, but I have to take care of this. No, don't worry. This is my Grandpappy. I'll take care of him. Do you have any medical like experience? Do you have a degree? No. I'm a Walmart employee. But don't worry. We're on strike. This is my Grandpappy. I'll take care of him now. This is not a plan. What is going on?
Unless it's really a medical emergency, some doctor's going to have to sit this one out. Because we don't want people to die. That's not the point of the strike.
So which is it? Which is it? I don't know what you're saying then. So only people who are like necessary to go to work should go to work, and the people who aren't necessary to go to work should just stay home and like maybe just do remote work, and like maybe this time everybody wearing masks and social distances and stuff, you know what I mean? They're not staying together, and so the virus. Oh wait, that's COVID. We're talking about COVID, right? So this happened during COVID. She's literally just describing COVID. She wants COVID. She's like, only people who are essential workers Only the people who are really essential for society to function should go to work, right? And if you're not essential for society to function, you should stay home, and maybe the government should even pay you like a one-time payment. Maybe we call it like something that stimulates the economy. You know what I mean? Something like that, right? Like you're just describing COVID. You're not doing anything profound here. Like what are we talking about?
Asses out there in the neighborhood and clean up and pick up the trash. Just know the shit gonna get bad if we was to really go on a strike. So we can all say, yes, let's go on a strike and not show up to work. Let's not pay for this. But who's gonna be willing to pick up the trash in their neighborhood when shit get bad?
Listen, I don't, it's maybe me, right? I don't believe that picking up the trash is the biggest thing that we have to worry about as a society if nobody's working, right? How are we gonna feed people is my first question. I'm not asking, well, the revolution is happening, right? But who's gonna pick up the garbage? Yeah, we got the guillotines out, but the streets are a mess. Where are the street sweepers at? What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on?
We're gonna be willing to sit this thing out for real, for real. This shit gonna take some strong-minded individuals that's willing to actually sit out for a strike. Let's stop playing games and let's just say some shit because my TikTok going viral and actually do the shit. Until then, we just...
Is that not what she's doing? I mean, she said she was a housewife. She doesn't even have, okay, now she doesn't have a real job. Don't come at me, please. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is she doesn't go into work. She works from home. She does TikTok for a living. That's what she does. So I don't know. Maybe let's tailor our expectations and like think about our perspectives before we follow what this person's saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Wasting our breath, time, and energy. That's it.
And again, this goes on forever. This is 5 days ago. She's releasing videos after videos.
What we said was, United States government said y'all act like y'all didn't hear me the first time. Let me say it a little bit louder. If y'all do not respond to our request, we going on strike September 1st.
Like, also keep in mind, she's given no requests. There has been no list of demands yet, right? This is 3 days ago, 2 days of like nothing. There's no organization. Like, what requests? What have you been asking for? What, like, you said fix the economy. Yeah, let me just beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Let me just fix the economy. Let me just do that right now. You know what I mean? Let's just call up Joe Biden and be like, yo, fix the economy. Like what do you want him to do specifically? Leo says, I think Joe Biden should be doing something. Sure. You know what I mean? He should be doing more. Let's tell him what to do. Right? He should declare the climate emergency. He hasn't done that yet, even though he said that he did, but he hasn't because Joe Biden is old. You know what I mean? So tell him what you doing. You feel me? Like I don't understand. What do you want? What are you asking for? Please, need answers expeditiously. Besides the Trump presidency, which of course we talked about.
And the strike entails nobody's going to work. Ain't nobody fixing to keep showing up to no damn slave ship. No ma'am, no sirs. Secondly, we're not going to be paying for no subscriptions for Nathan. No Prime, no Netflix. We're not going to be...
Like, what does that do? What are you trying to do? Oh, we're just going to stop paying for things that we think are too expensive. I mean, thank you. Very profound. Very profound. You don't have to pay for any subscriptions. You know what I mean? Nobody's forcing you to pay. It's not like taxes, right? Now, if you say like, we're not gonna pay for our taxes, like I think it would be kind of dumb, but like at least you have like a solid goal there. You don't have to pay for subscriptions.
Hey guys, what's up? So I've been seeing a lot of shit about this National Strike Day, and don't get me wrong, man, I'm all for it. I just don't think it's gonna be enough. You know, I mean, if you think about it, during COVID, they shut basically the whole goddamn country down, and then it started running, and that was a hell of a lot longer than a day. So I got another idea. So how about after our day off, the next day, we go back into work. We call that National Exemption Day. And we all walk into our HR and we ask them for a W-4 form or a tax form. And we write exempt on our federal and state taxes. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a multi-party issue. I mean, hell, they've got us so divided against each other, it's not even funny. But yet we're all still out here working our asses off, struggling day to day, and they can't even compromise up there in Capitol Hill. And they sure don't give a fuck that we're struggling. So why are we paying them?
Baiting into any other celebrity stories. Sorry, Breakfast Club. We like y'all, but we don't. We're not watching none of y'all shit. We're not buying nothing. We're not doing nothing but take care of our mother-freaking self. That's it. That's all. So if y'all don't want y'all pockets hurt, I think y'all better start listening to what the hell we the people is trying to tell y'all here today up in your face. And fix yourself. And go and do what the hell we said. And that's do y'all job and work for the people again.
Understand. I'm sorry. I started rapping Eminem there for a second there. I don't know what she wants. What does she want? I'm so confused.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And a lot of people ain't talk about that. And that's something that I'm big at talking about right now. And they don't give a damn about none of them damn people. Nay, one of them. One of the groups of people that's getting hit the hardest are those that are disabled, those that are poor, those that are retired. And what about our veterans? Our veterans, United States government. I'm telling y'all, people is commodity to the government. People are...
But like, I'm sort of confused because nothing that she's advocating for is going to change that, you know? Going on strike, not providing hospital services to people who need it are kind of going to impact people who are disabled. You can't spend your SNAP benefits if nobody's working at the grocery store. Are you gonna take care of them? Are you gonna feed them? Are you gonna provide for them? Because I don't see that. I don't see that.
A commodity. And then once you ain't what they want you to be anymore, they throw your ass away. Exploitation. Now that's why people...
Okay, well, I'll give her a pass on that. She means exploitation, but she's right there, right? She says as elements of truth here, right? This is like what I would call like right-wing populism type beat. You know what I mean? The assertions, right? The realities, the material conditions that she's recognizing are true, right? The government does treat people like that, right? They will use people and throw them away. That's why you have so many homeless veterans, right? This is a truth that is being surrounded by, and Trump will fix it. You know what I mean? Like that's what's funny to me.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Which makes it all the more funnier because now she's having people put, she stole Trump's slogan, right? Thief, content thief. Can't be me. You know what I mean? Make Americans matter again? Like this doesn't make sense.
Excuse me, conservative aunt, but I'm about to use your move on this one because I feel like I need to knock some sense in people's head. Do you not understand what's going on? That's why we striking. Because we can't afford to do the shit. If you can't afford to do it, then why the hell is you doing it? That's why we striking, man. Follow along. People are striking because they're tired of not being able to afford to do shit. We can't afford to live. We can't afford to strike. So do what then? Do what then? Do what then? And we don't give a fuck about these bills. We don't give a fuck.
Here, I'll answer the question right now. I was gonna save this until after I finish talking about this person, but this is so much content that I don't know if I can finish going through it right now. Organize in your workplace. She doesn't go to work. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to this person. She does not have your best interest at heart. She's mad, justifiable. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Go to work September 1st. Talk to your coworkers. Ask them if they have trouble paying their bills, if the job is not paying them enough, if this says bad workplace conditions, if there are things in the workplace they want to change. And then take that coworker, go to a different coworker. Talk with that person. Go to a different coworker. Talk with that person. And then, which is what I want you to do, once you talk to all your coworkers, make your thoughts known. I want you to call up your local union. You'll look it up. What's my local union? I have a website on the screen right now in the description that you can go to and just be like, I want to organize my workplace. How do I go about doing that? And then after you do that and organize your workplace, fight for better benefits for yourself and your workers. And I want everybody to do that. And once everybody does that and everybody's in the union, all the unions can come together and strike them. Because then you will be legally protected. They can't fire you. And you can get workplace benefits. And you can do whatever general strike going to do. That's fine. Whatever. But I want you to do that. Take care of yourself, right? Make sure that you are protected when you are organizing. That's the reason why unions exist. That's why unions are so great, because it gives you a legal protection. Company can't fire you for trying to organize legally. They will try, but you can fight back against that.
To the people talking about something, oh, well, you know, I gotta go to work because we gonna starve. It's for one day, ma'ams and sirs.
Oh, that's new. That's new. That's different. That's different. It's for one day. I could have sworn just back in the day, you said it's not just for one day. Editor, put the clip in, please, because that's what she said.
Oh, we gonna join Hollywood and we going on a motherfucking strike. Until 2024.
What is a one-day strike going to do? That's not what you said earlier. But also, keep in mind, your job can fire you for not showing up for a day. You're like, cool. You missed one day. You either made no difference or your job still fired you and now you're still gonna starve. So like, don't listen to this person. Please do not listen to this person.
One day. And if you gonna starve in one day, then we really need to go on this strike.
No, you're not gonna starve in one day. Your job is going to fire you, so now you cannot afford to pay for food for however long until you get another job. That's the point.
Matter of fact, if they don't want to do what it is that we need them to do, we need all the hood people to scooch on up to the front. See, they want to gentrify the hood folks, but the hood folks gonna do what the peaceful folks ain't trying to do. We always need both sides. People that's willing to do the shit that other people ain't willing to do by any means necessary. As a matter of fact, I'm done washing my ass. Join my live. Let's fuss about it. To the people talking about...
There's still no goals, by the way, mind you, still no goals. No goals at all. Not a single goal has been stated, what she actually wants.
Ooh, facts on facts on facts. That is a great idea. Don't send none of the damn cheering to the indoctrination camp. If we know that our is being indoctrinated, don't send them. And for all the people in the back talking about something, well, where do we teach our children the truth?
Indoctrination camps. Indoctrination camps. Indoctrination camps. Indoctrination camps. Indoctrination camps. Come on. Y'all, please have a little bit of critical thinking skills. Have just a tiny bit of critical thinking skills. Just the smallest amount.
So on the social media streets, they talk about us conservatives is real loud when we're creating our content on social media, trying to push our narrative, and we're gaslighting people. Excuse me, but what was Biden supporters doing? Y'all know that girl that was real loud talking about Big Daddy Biden and something Putin, and she was going viral all the time. Talk about Biden supporters. They was real loud. Now they're... Hold on, y'all. Shh. Be quiet. I think that's a Biden supporter.
There's a lesson to be had. One that TikTok has not learned yet. Listen, this is not the first time TikTok has tried to house a general strike. This is not the first time that it has been immediately, if not co-opted, then started by conservative people, almost like to psyopic level of organizing. You know what I mean? Trust and believe. We'll get to that in a second. I want to talk about this before we move on from her specifically, because this is funny. This is comedic gold right here. Calling all Americans, regardless of race, gender, sexual preferences, political or religious views, and social status. Strike against corporate America. September 1st, nobody goes to work, but returns back on the 2nd because we must have money to make this strike work. This is not what you said the first time, but very hilarious. Like, what does this mean? This is not a strike then. It's a day off work. You're doing senior ditch day. You were doing senior ditch day, but for adults, which is fair. It's fine. I love senior ditch day. Enjoyable. Just do a senior ditch day. It's like a prank. You're pranking corporate America right now. You're like, guys, what if we all just caught out of work at the same time. Oh, that's such a great idea. Oh, you're so funny, Alexi. Oh, you're such a jokester. Yeah. This is gonna be so great because guess what? They're gonna all expect us to work. And then we're not gonna work. Oh, that's awesome. That's such a good prank. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Like that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Okay, I'll give you. It's kind of a funny prank. You know, good job. Good job for the funny prank. Stock up before that day comes. Even after returning to work, keep the strike going. No buying from major stores, Walmart, Target, Dollar Tree, Family Dollars. I think you mean Family Dollar. TJ Maxx or all major retail stores. Do not eat at major restaurants like TJ Fridays, Applebee's. What? I can't have my jalapeno poppers? Do not stream celebrity music, movies, and their social media profiles. Do not play the lottery or buy scratch-offs. Okay, you just hate fun. Do not send your children to school, aka indoctrination camps on September 1st. However, send them back on the 2nd so that people will not get in trouble. So what, do you want to strike and tear down the system? Or do you want people to not get in trouble? You can't have it both ways. You sound like anarchists. I'm sorry. No offense to anarchists. Actually, all offense to anarchists. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't simultaneously say we're gonna tear down the system and stick it to corporate America, but then also we don't want to get in trouble with our jobs. I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get arrested for truancy. Like no, stand by it. Stand by it. You think they're indoctrination camps? Don't send them back. Pull them out of school, homeschool. You're not really about it. You're not really about it. This is my problem with conservatives. They're not really about it. They're not about that life. I'm about that life, bro. They're not about that life. Don't go to major gyms like Gold's Gym. Don't go to movie theaters, sport events, concerts. Do not shop online major stores like Amazon, Shein, Temu. Do not go to clubs, bars, or other rich social events in your community, in your city, such as amusement park and fairs. Okay, no, I stand by it, bro. Hate fun. You would think that she's a leftist, how much she hates fun. This is insanity. How are clubs rich social events? They're like $20 at most to enter. And that's DC clubs, because they're the only clubs I've been to. You don't have to buy drinks. You literally pay like a $10, $20 entry fee. You're there for the entire night. You're dancing, you're bumping music, you're with your friends, you're dancing on people. That's all you're doing. How is that like a rich social event? I don't understand. Maybe I'm like petit bourgeois. I just don't know. Also fairs. Do not take part in Black Friday nor Cyber Monday. Cancel all major subscriptions like Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Tubi's free. YouTube's free. Do not watch major channels like VH1 and BET Plus. Get back outside and connect with people. Go to your local libraries. Learn and grow. How to grow and plant your own food. Yeah, okay, so you'll have food for like 6 to 9 months oh wait, no, it's winter time. You'll have food for like 10 months from now in the spring when the food actually starts to grow. You'll have a couple of strawberries to eat. So make do until then. On 9/11, pull out all your money out of banks and cancel all cards like Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Yeah, let me pull out my entire savings account. Yeah, let me pull out all the money in my savings account and like put like that $2,000-$3,000 under my bed. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah. Let me get it all in once, please, cashier. Crash their money system. Do not buy major holiday celebration decor. Celebrate no. This was so funny. But it doesn't stop here, right? So I did say this isn't the first time that TikTok and social media had attempted a general strike. And fundamentally, it's not. And so let me redirect your attention to September of 2021. Go back in time. Gotta go back in time. So on and around September of 2021, there was floated this idea of a general strike. Now, this came during the direct middle of COVID, right? People were fed up. Government wasn't really doing much. This is understandable. Understandable frustration bred into, let's do something about it. And that's where the general strike had come from. However, it's kind of the same story that I expect from the September 1st general strike.
In 2 days, on October 15th, there's going to be a national general strike in America. You can participate by either not going to work, not spending any money on that day, or just by simply sharing the idea of the strike. Here are some of the goals of the strike, but overall, it basically is a strike that shows that employees do have power and that we need to get treated better and paid better. Prices of everything are getting higher, but the working class is not getting paid anymore. So we're basically set to sink instead of swim. And if you must spend money that day, at least support local businesses and mom and pop shops instead of corporations. Now, is a one-day strike gonna do something? Probably not. But it's the idea that we have to get used to. So maybe next time we could do it for a week, then a month, maybe even a year. You see, we gotta fight for this change because no one's gonna do it for us, right? We have to start somewhere. So let's just try it out and see what happens. If you're interested in this, I have the link to the website in my bio, so check it out.
So already you can see some similarities and some differences to these two strikes, right? This strike wasn't intended to be a one-day strike. It was intended to be a similar strike to the September 1st strike, which is in perpetuity, don't go to work, crash the system, let it burn type beat. But then obviously as the strike got closer and closer to like 2 days until the strike, people were like, yeah, that's kind of unfeasible. Let's just settle on a one-day strike. Don't buy anything. Just don't go to work that day.
Stop romanticizing the revolution. It's not an aesthetic for TikTok, and it is here, and it is now. People are protesting all over the world for basic human rights in Cuba, Nigeria, India, Japan, America, everywhere. The revolution will not come to you. You come to it. Your revolution may not look like mine, but it'll still require your sacrifice and it'll require your uncomfortability. Corporations have made our life bad enough to want change, but comfortable enough for us to not actually make that change. You can't complain about the rich harboring their money if you continue to give them your money. Stop shopping at Amazon and support the actual store. Stop grocery shopping at Walmart and Target and learn how to grow your own food. Stop using Uber Eats and start cooking. Stop going to these fast food restaurants that don't give a damn about your health. Support your local businesses. Support your community. Fight for the life that you want. The revolution will not come to you. You come to it. Your revolution may not look like mine, but it'll require your sacrifice and it'll require your uncomfortability. You'll have to spend hours a day researching. You'll have to get off your phone to organize a protest. You'll have to get up earlier to grow a garden. You'll have to get out of your comfort zone to fight for the life that you want. Stop talking about the revolution and be a part of it.
Now, this video clearly shows that like leftists were also like a big part of this strike, right? This wasn't like a strike that was spearheaded by conservatives in the same regard as the September 1st strike is. This is very much of a leftist endeavor. Very prominent leftists and socialists and communists on the platform were arguing in favor of this general strike, right? So you would think that this was an actual like substantive effort to get people to not go to work and be more involved in their community. I don't fundamentally disagree with the stuff that was said in this video, aside from the assertion that like this strike was going to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, people should be more involved in their community. And yeah, people should be more involved in their growing their own garden and making their own food and shopping local when they can. Definitely. Nobody's arguing against that. But this idea that this general strike was going to do that is laughable. And they have their own website, octoberstrike.com, which we'll get back to later because I promise you it's so funny. It's so funny.
Yes, this labor strike, October 15th. Do the things. Don't go to work. Don't buy anything. Don't do anything that supports the economy. Stay at home. Play puzzles. Just don't go to work. We are asking for a lot of really important things like caring about the environment, a $20 minimum wage, 4-day work week. There are a lot of other issues. I encourage you, I implore you, I ask you to look it up, do some research, and support the cause.
Now, also the difference is that this had clear and defined goals, I guess. Who came up with these goals? I don't really know, but they have a website. So in 2023, as a curious person, what's going on with octoberstrike.com? Octoberstrike.com. Let's see what's happening there. Oh, it redirects to the victimsofcommunism.org website. Now, I'm sure this is something that's entirely unexpected. Like, why would it do this? Maybe in 2023, somebody saw the strike stuff coming back and they were like, well, wouldn't it be funny if we buy the October strike stuff from 2021 and redirect it to this website? So I did a little bit of digging, opened up the Internet Archive and tried to find exactly when it switched from the site that it did about the strike to a redirect to the Victims of Communism website. And the answer I found is hilarious. This is the website originally. The website originally was National General Strike, had access to like resources and stuff. I don't know if the links still work on the archive. Whereas like infographics, this was October 8th. This is what the strike looked like before the strike actually happened. Now, let's see when it changed from that site to the site, the redirect to the Victims of Communism, right? The answer will shock you. Because the next time the site is archived is on the date of October 15th, the date the strike is supposed to happen. And we see that it redirects to this link. This link, which is, the domain is for sale. They were selling the domain on the day the strike was supposed to happen. And then the day after it, October 16th, it redirects to the Victims of Communism site. So I'm not saying it was a psyop. I'm not saying that it was a ploy to make leftists look stupid, because man, oh man, did it do that. But what I am saying is that it's very funny. And we just have not learned. Because now people are still on TikTok and are still advocating for a general strike with no organization, with no list of demands, with no actual leadership. And we're just like, it's the same story. It's the age-old story of how an evil boy meets an evil girl. You gotta love strong enough to rule the whole wide world. It's just what it is. And I think that is funny. All in all, I don't really have a thesis for this video. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, how much of it is I'm gonna cut. But when I tell you that we don't learn. We never learn as leftists. We hop on anybody who says the word solidarity and strike and come together and just like, yeah, I like that. Let's do this general strike, without understanding that sometimes these people aren't operating at the best interest of workers. Maybe they're operating at the best interest for themselves, to increase their own platforms, or just to grow themselves and enrich themselves. And maybe that's the case. And I'm not saying a general strike is necessarily a bad thing, right? Maybe a general strike can work. Maybe it can actually function the way that it should function, but it's definitely not gonna grow on TikTok. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's it for me. It's been SeanDaBlack. Follow me on Twitch. This is a YouTube video technically, so let me open up my Patreon. So thank you to my patrons, Emma Alexandria, Ben Fish, Lily Claire, Alexander De Palma, Modus Ponus, Gizmo, Kel Melt, Govia2K, Alice C, and Mango Breezy. Much appreciated. Thanks for staying with me as I just don't post YouTube videos anymore. But I will be back on that. I have a video that I have written that I will record and edit and hopefully release by October. If not, we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I spend most of my time on my Twitch streams. Follow me on Twitch. I stream there 4 days a week. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, from 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to whenever I decide to stop, usually around maybe 2-ish. We do a lot of fun stuff there, a lot of drama reacts. And maybe if I have more people watching me, then Twitch will partner me, because Twitch hates me because they're not going to partner me because my content's too reactionary. And it's so stupid because everybody does react content on Twitch. Even the biggest content creators on Twitch do mostly react content. And Twitch doesn't really see a problem with that because they're still partnered and they still have contracts. And because they make Twitch a bundle of money. But like still, like I think Twitch just hates smaller creators, because if small creator is doing exactly what the larger creator is doing, it doesn't really matter why the size, if they're doing the same type of content, they should also be part of it. Even though my content is not as directly reactionary, it's also commentary because I talk about news and news coverage and things from a leftist perspective. And I talk about theory and I do these sorts of things. And you say that you're not going to partner me because I'm political, that's fine, I guess. But then you have to also not partner all the other political people. But then it's not just React content because other people who do political content and also do React content also are partnered. So I don't really understand that. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. Just partner me, Twitch, please. I don't understand. I'm going to go to TwitchCon. You know what I mean? I'll be a Twitch supporter. I won't go to Kick. I promise. If you partner me, please partner me, Twitch. It doesn't make any sense. All right, goodbye. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Everybody who's watching this video. Goodbye. Peace.
Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny.